Hi, how's everyone doing tonight?
Hi, Corey.
I was 17 when my sister Nika came out, which meant that she was 13 years old. And she came to me and she said, "Hey, sister, you know I like girls." And I was like, "Yeah, that makes total sense." I got you. And so then I just sort of, it never occurred to me to think anything of it or to not support it. I never had a problem with literally anyone. My mother always said that I grew up in the United Nations. All my friends were just everybody with all the things. There was just all the things. I do as an adult, I am struggling with pronouns, they, them. I'll get you guys, I promise, I'll get you. So then a couple years later, my sister dated my childhood friend, which is fantastic, except for he is named Jeff, and so I was confused. And then they broke up, and then she came back out, and then she was like, "Oh, by the way, total lesbian," and it's been that way ever since. So there you go, there's that. So now we're gonna make it about me, so thank you, Nika, for being my family member to let me have that little story. But this is the story about how I learned how to speak out loud. Now, people in Macon, in the circles that I roll in, I believe a ton of you can attest to, I am very out loud. I'm very outspoken, I have all these opinions, it's sometimes annoying. Thanks assholes. Thank you. But it wasn't always so. It took me a long time to find my space and my voice. And this is what happened as a young woman in my 20s. I worked for a company, a very small company. I was me and my boss, and then my boss's partner. And then over the course of a few years, we hired several people underneath us. And that was fantastic. I got to start a company, and I got to do a lot of things, and it was amazing. But my boss's business partner, Frank Petruzzi, yes, Frank, I see you. Frank Petruzzi, kind of a terrible person. Literally didn't think women had rights. So through the course of my tenure at this company, and I worked there for 19 years. I know I look so young, right? I worked there for 19 years, and somewhere around year 8 or 9, we had a Christmas party, and at this Christmas party, we do gift exchanges. So we pick a name out of a hat, and in the two offices, his company and our company, we had about 6 or 7 people, several women, me, Kenny, a younger gentleman who I helped to hire, a couple of people who did like tour guiding that worked for me as well. So I kind of held my own. I was in the business. I was doing the thing. So we pick the names and we go to a restaurant. We're sitting in a circle, and people are opening their gifts. They're like, "Oh yay, I got the picture I wanted. Oh yay, I got the sweater that I've been talking about. Oh yay, you got me the cute little necklace or the bracelet or the gift card to to dinner somewhere." Right? Everybody's opening these, and I opened my gift. And who got me was Frank Petruzzi, which is my you got the name, right? You know the name. Which is my boss's business partner. And he gets me, and I open it up, and I expectedly like, oh, he's got money, he's got some things going on, I'm gonna get a good gift. So what I opened was a candy cane vibrator. That's what I opened. I opened a candy cane vibrator. And because it was a cheap candy cane vibrator, he also threw an extra 10. That's totally what happened. So at the moment that this happened, in my soul, I was like, ha ha ha, you pay my bills, I don't say anything. And I didn't say anything, and I should have. I should have YouTubed the shit out of that. I should own his motherfucking company, is what I should do. In any case, now we're a couple years later. I'm rolling into almost I'm not quite 30 yet. And I have also hired several people for our company, one of them being a gentleman, Kenny, who was maybe 3 years younger than me. Now, I had worked there for sure 2 to 3 years longer than he had, and I had, leadership in the company. And so it came time for raises, and I remember very clearly, we had to do like a, we're like doing like, oh, this is what I could do better, this is what I've been doing really well, all of that good stuff. And then we start talking very openly, me and my boss, about who's getting raises and what the percentage is going to be, where Frank Bertruzzi walks in the door and he said, oh, well, I don't understand why Kenny doesn't make as much as you. I'm sorry? Well, he doesn't do the same job as me. I hired him. I've been doing this a lot longer, and also, I've got about 6 staff underneath me that I take care of on the regular. I'm gonna say that, no, Kenny should not make as much as me. And he proceeded to say that Kenny at some point would have children one day and a wife that he would have to take care of. And I think that's the moment I found my voice. The fuck? The fuck did you just say? What did you just say? I'm sorry. I don't quite understand. I don't quite understand why Kenny's penis is better than my vagina. Are you fucking kidding me? So, I was very unpopular for a couple of days. But it's the moment that I realized that just because I have a vajayjay does not mean I am less than your penis. And so, that is the moment that I spoke out loud, and thank you so much. Have a great night.